Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you some quick breaking news. On Marvel.com they just posted an article detailing some brand new Axe Judgment Day tie-ins which are going to be releasing in August. I'm going to give you guys all the details and my opinions on these books, everything else that you need to know. Let's get right into it. So now that we have more of an idea of what this event is going to shape up to be like, how many months it's going to take to come out with this new article, we can make more of a decision on which actual issues and different tie-ins we're going to want to pick up, right? I'll go over all of the ones that are coming out in August with you right now. And we don't actually have too many special miniseries or anything that's actually coming out of the event. It's only issues of ongoing series that are tying into it. I really appreciate this. It doesn't make anyone really go too out of their way to get tie-ins. I know what you guys are here for though. We're going to get right into those tie-ins right now. First of all though, we have Axe Judgment Day issues number 3 and number 4 both coming out in the month of August. So we have both covers there by Mark Brooks. You know what the Axe stands for, right? It's Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals. Supposedly all of them are battling Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals, and the main reason that we have behind that so far, we don't have too many details. The only release of Judgment Day we've had so far is that free comic book day issue, which I really do recommend. It gives you some good info on the event. But we know that it turns out that the X-Men are some form of deviants. They've evolved too far. They've become what Eternals see them as excess deviation. So now the Eternals have set their sights on the X-Men, on Krakoa in general, and they're going to try to topple them in Judgment Day. The Avengers are also somehow pulled into it because of their deep connections to the Celestials, and that's pretty much all we know so far. Both of the creative teams for issues 3 and 4 though, we've also got the cover for number 4 here by Mark Brooks with some sort of Celestial giving like a weird sideways thumbs up. Don't know what that's about. But the creative team on both those issues is Kieran Gillen writing. All of the artwork is done by Valerio Schiti, which I'm honestly pretty excited for. Let's get right into these tie-ins though. The first one that we've got here listed on Marvel.com in this new article is a tie-in which is Wolverine issue number 24, written by Benjamin Percy, ongoing Wolverine writer. He's got another Axe Judgment Day tie-in coming out in this month that I'll talk about in a second. The artwork on this is by Federico Vicentini. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his work. He did the 10 Deaths of Wolverine. I recently read that on Marvel Unlimited. So if you guys are reading Wolverine, this is definitely something to be excited about. He's a really good artist. But like I said, we do have another release coming out from Benjamin Percy that's going to be tying into Judgment Day in August, and this one is X-Force number 31. It's written by him, the artwork is by Robert Gale, and the cover here is by Joshua Cassara. We see some sort of character who's probably an ongoing character or villain in the X-Force series. I dropped it so I wouldn't be able to tell you guys. He has Deadpool's mask on a hook here, and we know that Deadpool is appearing in the issue before that based on the cover. I actually did a full video going over all of the July Judgment Day issues and other special July releases coming out from Marvel, so you can check that one out if you want a little bit more information on the first month of the event. But we've also got that X-Force issue coming out. Moving on though, we've got the flagship X-Men title. Like I did say, there's a whole bunch of different X-Men titles coming out for Judgment Day. It's written by Jerry Duggan as usual, and the artwork is by CF Villa. The cover here is by Martin Coccolo, and we see Cyclops being binded in some sort of celestial technology. He's blindfolded for whatever reason. Like I said, this could be important. The cover definitely makes it seem like it is. We don't know how this ties into the actual main Judgment Day 6-issue miniseries. We'll have to see to find out, I guess. But we do have Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Death to the Mutants, issue number 2. And this one is coming out in August as well. This one has artwork by Guiu Villanova. He's going to be doing this 3-issue miniseries. It's of course written by Kieran Gillen. And the title might be a little bit confusing. I talked about this in the last video, but this is basically just the replacement for the ongoing Eternals series. Any of you guys who have been getting that series so far, it's about 12 issues deep. I'm getting it right now. They've been doing a few different one-shots in between the run. There's been like 3 different ones so far that kind of vary from the main plot, but they just flesh out different characters or different Eternals history a little bit more. This is pretty much the same thing, except it's a 3-issue tie-in miniseries to Judgment Day. Let's move on though to one that surprised me a little bit. There's a few different series coming out here that are from teams and different characters that are completely unconnected from all of the actual main teams that are going to be part of Judgment Day, which are the Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals. So we've got another team involved here, and this is Fantastic Four. Number 47 is coming out in August, and it's going to be tying into Judgment Day. The writer on this one is Dave Pepose. He's going to be taking over for this 2-issue arc. It's saying in the description here it's going to be 2 issues, and the art on this one is by Juan Cabal. So that is a guest creative team. We'd usually have Dan Slott on writing. Dan Slott is going to be busy with that whole end of the Spider-Verse event that he's doing, so that's probably the reason why he needed some guest writing on this one. Let's move on though back to the X-Men stuff. I've got a couple more titles to tell you guys about. The cover here is by Kyle New, and we see the full Marauders team all lined up here. Psylocke, Daken, all of those other characters. I haven't been getting Marauders. This is one of the less important Destiny of X titles happening right now. Who knows how connected it'll actually be to Judgment Day, but we do have a Celestial in the background of the cover there. We'll see. This one is written by Steve Orlando. He's the main guy writing the series as usual. There is a guest artist though, and that's Andrea Brocarato. Moving on though, we do have a couple more X-Men titles which are coming out in August, tying into Judgment Day. And the first one here that I've got is X-Men Red issue number 6. The cover here depicts Magneto's broken helmet, I guess, being encircled by a bunch of lightning and some sort of dust with Storm fighting something in the background. Can't really tell how that connects to Judgment Day. I think I might see a celestial head there. This is going to look really insane, at least based on the covers. I don't know what's going to happen in this event or what's even going to lead to there being these different tie-ins. Like I said, I don't know if there's going to be some sort of like uniting concept that's going to interconnect all of the tie-ins of the main event. Next up though, the final X-Men issue that's going to be coming out tying into Judgment Day in August is Immortal XMen issue number 6. This one is written by Kieran Gillen. The artwork is by Lucas Werneck. Cover is by Mark Brooks. So this is the exact same creative team as the main event, except for the artist, right? That alone tells you that this is going to be an important tie-in. Honestly, if anyone was coming into Marvel Comics as a new reader, just based on the covers, based on everything we know so far about the descriptions, the creative teams, I would say that the best titles that you can get are just all of the ones written by Kieran Gillen. If you really want to get the full scoop on Judgment Day without getting too many tie-ins, because Kieran Gillen is writing Immortal X-Men, the main event, and Death to the Mutants. Those are basically just all the ongoing series he was already writing. So I'd say pick those up if you're trying to get the best ones. But we do have a couple other tie-ins. These are more unrelated characters and teams that are going to have tie-ins to Judgment Day, despite not being the Avengers, X-Men, or Eternals. This first one here, this is actually an important one, but this is the Avengers, issue number 60. It's not written by Jason Aaron. This one has a guest creative team for whatever reason, and it's written by Mark Russell this time. The artwork is by Greg Land. And the final tie-in that we have solicited coming out for Judgment Day is Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 10. This is written by Zeb Wells. The artwork is by John Romita Jr. They are the ongoing creative team on Judgment Day, and this cover could be a pretty big deal. I don't think it's going to be. They've done this before, and it's never actually turned out to be a long-lasting thing, but we seemingly have Gwen Stacy resurrected here with some weird like dead expression on her face. Don't know if that's an artistic choice or if John Romita Jr. just has some kind of janky looking faces sometimes. I know that's the truth. I'm not too happy with his artwork on Amazing Spider-Man so far, to be honest. This is the ongoing creative team though right now on ASM. Number 1 came out. We don't have any issues outside of that though, so this is really weird to already have the first 10 issues solicited with only 1 coming out. There's been a lot of different Marvel deadline problems happening. The paper shortage has caused a lot of that as well as some other reasons we probably don't know going on behind the scenes. And I do want to mention this. I don't know if this is going to stick, but most of these titles I'm actually talking about, the article says these tie-ins are coming out in August, but the vast majority of these are actually coming out in September, in the first few weeks of September. I was just realizing this while I was reading through. It says these release dates at the top. A few of them are coming out in August. I'll just list the ones which are actually coming out in each month. To go down the list really quick, Judgment Day issue number 3 is going to come out in August. Issue number 4 is actually coming out in September. And then moving on to Wolverine, that is coming out in August 17th. X-Force number 31 is coming out August 31st. X-Men number 14 is also coming out August 31st. Axe Death to the Mutants is coming out in September. That's September 7th. Also on September 7th is Fantastic Four 47. Also on September 7th is Marauders number 6. It's going to be a big week for Judgment Day on September 7th, right? Also on September 7th, we've got X-Men Red, issue number 6. And moving on to September 14th, we've got Immortal XMen number 6. And the 21st, we've got Avengers issue number 60 coming out. And finally, on the 28th of September, we've got The Amazing Spider-Man number 10 tying into Judgment Day. There you go. Those are all the release dates for those issues. Across August and September, we've got a bunch of different Axe Judgment Day issues, which are going to be releasing. I think I just listed 13 or 14 across 2 months. Despite this being such a big event, Marvel is really not putting out too many extra tie-ins. And across 2 months, only like 14 issues. That's pretty small for some other Marvel, compared to some other Marvel events that Marvel's put out, like War of the Realms, Civil War 2, stuff like that. You guys know the drill, but I'm happy that they're minimizing a little bit on this one. Let me know your thoughts on Axe Judgment Day, your theories about some of these crazy covers that we've had solicited, what you think are going to happen in these different books and in the main event itself. And if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button, which is sitting right below the video as well. You can also hit that notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video if you don't want to miss any. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.